of who you are. No, you fight it with the word of God. You are confident because of the word of God. According to the word of God, greater is the one that is in you than the one that is outside you. Well, they may be looking at you, okay, old, timid, you can be weak. You look harmless, very humble, but nobody knows the strength. Nobody knows the power. Nobody knows who you have within you. And that's the power of the word of God, because it's accessible to anyone who believes. It's accessible to any age group. Achieving the best, to push yourself to the limit. Don't be defined by the people around you. Don't be defined by your condition. Don't be defined by the things that you can see, but believing and trusting. I have, like what I always share, I have 4 grandchildren at home, 4 boys. They go to school from home, plus Carlos, who I count to be my grandchild as well, because he's Joshua's best friend, and have been living with us. And just last week I received a newsletter. Israel is the one that I've always shared. He has rheumatic heart disease, and they came to my care maybe last 2 to 3 years now, and they've been living with me. And I always find Israel to be a challenge in the sense that all the others seems to flourish and just continue to rise into their education level, come first or second or within that gap. Israel is someone that, struggle along the way. And not only that, he has a heart disease as well. And every time I walk in the seawall every morning, I'm always claiming. And I said, Lord, you're going to give my grandson a new heart. You're going to heal my grandson. And on Saturdays is the day for the family. Because in the evening, we cannot seem to be together. We're all over the place on Saturday night. So we decided as a family, we'll have our devotion at the seawall in the morning after our prayers, which we did yesterday. So as we stood there, and I look at Israel, because he had his injection for RHD. For those of you who understand RHD, you have injection. It's a new program now for the children. They have injection like nearly every month. And it's supposed to continue for 27 or 32 years. But that I look at Israel yesterday, because he had his injection on Friday. I look at him and I said, Israel, every time I'm walking in the seawall, I'm receiving and claiming for a new heart. I need you every time before you go to sleep. You say, Lord, I receive my new heart. I am completely healed. And as you wake up in the morning, you say that. I'm not accepting the fact that you're going to go through that. I'm believing that God is going to heal you. And for me, that was my odd. That was one of my odd. That I cannot battle. That I don't have any control over it. I cannot fix it. But I believe that this God can. I completely believe that he can and he will. So, you may have your own odds. You may have the impossible that you're looking at. And some of you have already given up. We've given up. Or some of you maybe abroad to New Zealand and Australia. And not forgetting those in Europe. So we can the ILR, passport and right visa for you to remain in the country that you are in. And some of us, the work visa in New Zealand and Australia. And so we can, like what I said, to validate your stay, or to give you the right condition for you to be able to live in the country that you are in. Always remember, you've heard a lot of things around you. You've seen things that are happening. Don't assume that it's the same as theirs. You believe because you know the power of the word of God, that he's going to be your salvation. He's going to be there for you. He hears. A big example, and a very classic example, are the Sukani family. The unbelievable, the unthinkable. To me, that was just against all odds. Not only him, because he went there for that job. He was given that Australian Defence Army job. It became to his wife, not only that, to all their children. And New Methodists, we posted up the photos and everything. It was like last month or last 2 months. Now they have their citizenship within a quick span of time. That has never happened before. What is God trying to tell us? It doesn't only happen to us, it happened to anybody or anyone who chooses to believe. So this morning, so we can basic, just the food on the table. And so we can know it's a bill that needs to be cleared. So we can you're hiding from the bailiff. You're hiding. You are trying to avoid them, or you don't want to take their call from the bank because you just don't have it. Don't run away. Face it and know that God is with you, and believe that God is your God. Because according to the truth of His word in Luke 1:37, that with God